Alright, hello, welcome everybody in. As per usual, we are going to get started nice and slowly. Well, try to be fast. Some of you have been, oops, that's on the right page. Some of you have been early joiners, and so it's always lovely to see you. So I'll try to get that out of the way so nobody has to deal with that. And as always, thank you so much everyone coming in watching this after the fact. Always appreciate the support. I am super excited for today. Oh, Murphin, yay. Yes, I do have a little bit of a disappointment. Oh, whoops, did I do that correctly? Sorry, I'm still trying to get everything set up. I did build off stream. I don't know if you saw the video. I put out a video today, but we ended up finding the right. What is this? Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong thing. Sorry, I'm distracted. We ended up finding the right build. I know how to make it so that way it is basically self-powered. We will need to stop and drill occasionally, but the thing is rather than I guess I don't actually need this screen up. We should keep it anyways. There we go, and then get my chat. There we go. Been having a look at my phone for a second. Okay, so you saw it, but yeah, so it worked, but one of the mods that I added ended up, oh no, you lost your sub. Oh, I feel for you. I was very interested in the first game because I saw that gigantic submarine, but I know it would crush my heart losing that and then having to like rebuild all that to get down to it just to save it, but it seems like a lot of fun. Anyways, due to an unfortunate bug, any kind of submersible we made with this new craft, because of a mod that we added on after the fact, which was nice, but apparently unnecessary, but it was, ended up making it so that way, it only took like 3 minutes underwater, maybe less than that. The PF Junior, unfortunate. It only took about 3 minutes underwater and then the game would crash, no matter what. Absolutely every single time. So, we removed it. I did a test underwater. It seemed to have worked, so I think it was just the scuba mod. Excuse me. So, we will... Oh, and then any attempt to load that craft, even though the part wasn't available, bugged out the thing, and so I wasn't able to just reuse it. So we're gonna rebuild it. So my feeling bad about doing it off camera is kind of null and void at this point because we're just gonna be doing it again anyways. There we go. Alright, so let's try to go through it quickly. You got another one and upgraded it. Nice. That's how you gotta do it. You gotta do a little better each time. Oh, thank you, kitty cat. Alright, we're gonna throw that on there in advance. I didn't have it on the other one, but at one point I did a test and then I got out of the craft and I wanted to drop the ladders, but I was unable to, so... Okay, what are we doing? Okay, so we want a fuel tank. So the secret that I ended up stumbling across, which isn't really a secret, is I needed to have fuel cells. That's it. I just needed a way to produce electricity that was separate than the than solar panels. Like, we'll still have some solar panels on here, but we're gonna want these fuel cell arrays, and these will transform the liquid fuel and oxidizer into, I guess I could just put those right there for now. It'll transform it into electricity and then keep us powered, even if there's no sun, even if, you know, it's completely nighttime, even if our solar panels aren't strong enough, and even if our engines are too powerful. So these huge ones, two of them were perfectly good. Also, we try to make a submarine focused. I that's what it is. I started submarine focused, and I think that that's where I got a lot of success from, and then it ended up being a really interesting plane. Where are my batteries? I think I put a battery there. I'm considering, actually, let me do that. I'm considering bringing the engineers aboard, or engineer and scientists aboard. I think we could swing it. There we go. Ooh. What about having them in the front? So I will be changing it up, I guess, a little bit, but we'll see. But yeah, the concept is there, and I just need to kind of remember how I did it. This is going to be a little different, but whatever. And, yeah. Ooh, what about, rather than this, because they have a terrible view, what about... They have a terrible view as well. This one, then yeah, they have a terrible view. But we can put them on the back. Let's try this. Because we only need one engineer. Because it's really, we don't actually need, we're not getting a parachute, Murphin. I appreciate it. Always love your practicality, but the parachute's just gonna stress us out. It's just gonna make it, because I use the space bar, I use the staging key to as an action group, since we don't have to worry about action groups. You'll see. Okay. Let's get a battery on. No, we don't need a battery. That's right. I'm trying to remember how I did it. I think we should have this up front, actually. That's... there we go. But yeah, we need to... Let's just start with this, because this is the important bit. We need to get ourselves a drill and a convertitron and all that jazz, because that is how we are going to gather the liquid fuel to convert into electricity. So our craft itself is still going to be electrical, but it's going to be, you know, the generator is powered by fossil fuels. Should I do the small one? Typically I do the big one and then just scale it down, but I feel like that's actually too big. How you doing today, Murphin, besides the loss of the submarine? Or I guess not necessarily the loss of the submarine, but the forced rebuild. Alright. Do that. And scale it down just a bit. Submarine dock, nice. Alright, I'm gonna leave that. I'll leave that like that for right now. Maybe put these like right here, actually. I had them, I think towards the back before, kind of buried. I kind of like the look of that. And it makes this a little more flow, or the transition right there a little bit better. Okay, getting distracted. All right, Convertitron is the right here. Oops, right. Wait. Oh, I grabbed the big one. Oops, there we go. Like that. All right, and then moist. What is it? The Cuda? Yeah, it's the Cuda. Alright, so that should be it, I believe. I think I might want to add more reaction wheels on this. I don't have any reaction wheels on this. I think I want... Let's try 3. Like that. Okay. Yeah, hopefully that'll give us some maneuverability. But yeah, it ended up being this long, the reaction wheel applies torque. So if I'm trying to, like, these aren't exactly realistic, just so you know. Reaction wheels are a thing that exists, but not really to this extent. Just to kind of breeze by that. But anyways, if I'm trying to turn my sub in this direction, right, what this will do is it will spin the wheels in a circular motion that will give momentum that pushes it this way. And then, so the idea is having it on multiple sides is that this will spin in the opposite way to push this that way. And then the one in the center will keep it balanced. Oftentimes, you only need one reaction wheel because it just kind of controls the whole thing. But I'm going to experiment with 3 to see if it gives it better maneuverability. So, that is that. That's... There we go. And there we go. Alright, so the center of mass is directly there, which I don't love. I want it to be back here. But we'll figure that out. Maybe I put something more up front. No, it's not up front I need, it's in the back, actually. So maybe I take this right there, put this back here. Oops. Like that. There we go. Well, see, this is at least better. I just didn't want it directly in front of the doorway. Like that. That's going to block the doorway. And this is... liquid fuel. It needs to be liquid fuel and oxidizer. Unfortunately. Scale that up a bit. Also, we're going to want that kind of full more often than not. Let's move that closer to the center then. I like how it's modular, so the whole mining bit is self-contained mostly. We can put this maybe like that. That actually moved it forward. Oh wait, no, that's because of this. I was gonna say that moved it even more forward. Having the ore center mass though is actually pretty awesome. That might work out really well. Where is it? Let's see. Yeah, that like barely shifts. That's that may be ideal. Can we adjust it ever so slightly though? So it's just slightly away from the door. That is better, yeah. So this top this top part of the bay is probably going to get interfered with, but that's okay. So we're going to have to make sure that that doesn't block the door. Let's go ahead and make this the DEMAS. Make this the DEMAS. There we go. And then if we lower the fuel and oxidizer there, yeah. Okay, so now we need to balance this a little bit. If we can have the craft completely balanced, both empty and full, it will make things so much easier. We are also going to need to have stuff. More gamers, yo, welcome in, welcome back. We are... What do you think is happening today? Do you think we're sticking with the same vehicle that we've done any other time, or do you think we're throwing it against the wall and doing a redesign? But I don't know if you saw my video, but I figured it out. I figured out where the problem was and what we needed to do. Oh, that doesn't look good. We need to scale that down. But yeah. And so we're gonna basically get it just banged out real fast, and then okay, we should have this done within the hour, definitely. So the goal actually is to start testing. I think we're ready for that phase. Okay. Because I actually did all that testing just the other day in that video that you saw, and so the only problem is that I had a bug with one of the mods that made it so I couldn't actually make it submersible. It actually made it it would crash anytime I spent any time underwater, and so I had to get rid of that mod. But in getting rid of that mod, I can't use the old craft that I made, so I'm having to rebuild it. so that's where we're at. Alright, where are you? What if I put this? So yeah, so right now I'm trying to balance it out, and I did one thing different, and I'm adding this lander can here to bring an engineer aboard. Whoops. I mean, I can get rid of the engineer if need be. But if... Oh, that works. If it can work out. And we're trying to get this thing as center mass as possible, because that is where our ore is. Let's just lock that in here. Yeah. I just want it to be even, just a little bit more, without having to. The one problem I have is if I put that where it's supposed to be, it's probably gonna block that. Yes, Russian doll. Well, it's not declassified. It's just put on the back burner for now. Oh, that reminds me. Oh, shoot. Thank you. Hold on. I have to freaking go onto my thing. Our goal. I forgot. I forgot to upload the thing. Where is it? The map. Just need to send this. So my tester, once I get the what would be the best way to save this? Alright, save that. Okay, so I have to like transfer to my phone onto my computer mid thing, save this. So I have a map that I want to share with you. It's a Kerbal map, because there's a place that I saw in my travels that, let's see. Yeah, so I was flying up in the northwest, in Kerbal on one of the continents over by the crater. And okay, so add the source. Where's the image? And I spotted this just, you know, from the air, this really cool long winding river. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. What is it? But at this point, I had been filming for like 50 to 60 hours. And I was, you know, any kind of sidetrack better have been like perfect, absolutely wonderful to see. Otherwise, it would have just wasted time for me. But this would be a perfect test. I'll go check I'll go check out that river. I'm going to show you guys in a second. Hold on. River map. That's not river map. Done. Ooh, that's huge. All right. Where is it? River map there. Alright, yeah, so someone, you know, actually catalog or like cartographed? Actually took the time to make this map, got the altitudes and everything. But yeah, this river, I'll find it on the map once we start doing the test. I would love to like either start here or start out here and then just do like a little bit where I would go all the way down. I think that would be a lot of fun. I think maybe we'll start out here and try to make it to the outside. I don't know how we would go about doing that, but I'm gonna put this. So that's what I was thinking for a test. I mean, we'll do some driving, we'll do some let's close this. We'll do some driving, we'll do some other stuff. Is my around the world going?
Facts on them.
Yes, it is.
Keep
Ooh,
your
tundra.
eyes on. Wait,
Yeah. Oh, wait, no. Oh, spoilers. Look away. Okay. All right. Anyways. Let's get back to the build. All right. I'm going to check this out because I feel like that's going to be in the way. You know what? What if we No, you saw nothing. I don't know what you saw. You think you saw something I do not believe. That was, you know, that was one of the things. So, you know. Secret. I feel like I'm just going to be doing this. Oh, wait. Oh, that's better. Yeah, it's a Kerbal running from a craft. You have doesn't matter what they were running from. Okay. Alright, so like that. Okay, so that's not terrible. That shift. Let's put this right here. That's not terrible. We want. Okay, where did that reaction wheel go? Cut. Did we lose all of our reaction wheels? I think so. I don't know. Wait, are all of these reaction wheels? What? All of my reaction wheels just in the same spot. That's ridiculous. I swear. I just started. I'm like 24 minutes into stream. I'm not messing up that badly. That must have been. There was something wonky right there. I didn't mess up that badly. I swear. Alright. Let's get that right there. That's not bad. I don't think that's going to block the door all that much. Put some at the front. Oh, the fuel. I'm thinking I might need to keep it kind of balanced, but I want to see how. Yeah, see, it without any fuel in there, it's going to put it real far in the front. But what if I just do 2? Or, ooh, We don't need a... that puts it real far on the front too. Bigger fuel tank. But then... oh, that's not... Yeah, so we have a new balance situation, so that's why I want to... actually, let's do this. Okay. That's actually not terrible. Definitely get a haircut if they step out of the craft while the propellers are going, but... Alright, so... Lose all the fuel, lose all the ore, it still brings up... But if I... split the difference here... Actually, no. Rather than split the difference, let's just move this closer forward. Come on. There we go. Oh, there will be solar panels, but the need for solar panels drops significantly in this build. So I do kind of love it. Just had it. Oh, you know what? That's right. I started to have the idea and then I lost it. 2 of them, that's right. Because so they'll drain evenly. It's not great, but it's getting really long, but that's kind of okay. The one that I made was fairly long. Let's get some hovercrafts on this at least. I mean, there's no point in not just building out the basics at least. Alright, these should be liquid fuel oxidizer. Carry it full of ore. Close bay. Alright. Yeah, so let's start building it out, and then we'll take it out, test it out in the water, because if it crashes, the game again, then I need to actually rethink some things. Yeah, we'll just leave that. The center of mass is closer to the back, but the top propeller is near the back, and vice versa. I'm not following. No, we don't need this. Oops. Alright, do another one right here. Yeah, I like that the plane aspect was actually relatively simple. I didn't need to deal with grid fins at all. Actually, it worked out really well. They're gonna need to move these around. That's okay. Yeah, you see how the center of lift is already just slightly behind the center of mass? Like, didn't need much more than these canards and the back tail fins. I did put these for nice lifting surfaces, but other than that, we don't need much. Yeah. Yeah, like it's not even wings. They're just these things. Tail fins. Yeah, and pitch and roll. All right. Like I'm telling you, I was just experimenting with the design, and I just wanted to see how the whatchamacallits fuel cells would work, and so I just made something super simple, and super simple ended up working. Okay. $220. Let's turn down the traction, turn up the brakes. No, turn up the traction, turn up the brakes. That's right. That, I think. And we'll try it. This, and then that. This is longer. No, it doesn't need real wings. That's the thing. Is I've done it. I've tested it. It doesn't. This is all she wrote. It needs. It's gonna have radiators on here, so it does end up getting a little bit more surface area as well. I did have a version. I really wish it worked out because it looked so cool. But I had a version with super huge tank treads on it. Oh yeah, no, there's gonna be hovers. Let's see. Let's get those on too. Like that. And oh shoot, how did I have it? I don't remember how I had it. Oh, I think I had it up here because I had I had the fuel tank up there. Maybe we get rid of the engineer. Engineer's making things complicated. Yeah, sorry, buddy. That would have been fun, but things got real messy real fast right there. Alright. Much shorter. See, this still got to worry about it being in the way of the cockpit. But not as much. Don't think this is how I had it either. But this might work, actually. We can actually scale these down, too. They're going to be in the way of the view. Oh, the view is going to be great. It's absolutely phenomenal. I've been really enjoying it, and also the IVA that we have is so functional. We have so many tools at our disposal. Get rid of this. Okay, reaction wheel, reaction wheel. These should actually probably be attached to the reaction wheel. Oh, there's the motorcycle. There we go. plate. It's gonna be easy. It's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. There we go. Maybe just slightly bigger just to match. There we go. And oh, it's covering the window again, but that's okay. It's not gonna be terrible. The empty. I think we only had the one. Tank on the design, anyways. Oh, okay. It's not terrible. This is the engine, the water jet, and oh, there's so much to see. There you go. So that will push us. The question is the buoyancy. That's what we still need to worry about. Okay, alright. So maybe if I just get... What if I replace that with a battery? So the rules for this challenge, I actually should draft this up. Let's see, hold on. The start of this video will actually cover it. Hold on. Because I'll use the ones that I have from before. So let's loop, close. Alright, check this out.
A couple weeks ago, Reddit user posted this map of the shortest distance between every point of interest on Kerbin, and I took that as a challenge. So I spent over 90 hours doing just that. Before we jump right on in, there are a few rules and allowances I want to cover. Firstly, quick saves are allowed. This is not a permanent challenge. Secondly, launch sites are allowed in limited capacity. I'll explain later. And thirdly, only the Phileas Fogg family of vehicles can be used. Our all-terrain vehicle is named after the protagonist of Jules Verne's 1872 novel Around the World in 80 Days, so that should give you an idea of the epic expedition we are about to embark on. So it all starts here at the KSP launch pad. Langer Kerbin, our intrepid pilot and helicopter pilot for the mission, takes, even though it looks like there's nobody in the seat, he is indeed flying.
Get rid of the restart.
Getting ready.
There we go. Alright. Yeah, so those are basically the rules. We may end up adjusting them as we go along, I guess. I think I'm going to go for this design better. This design instead. But, you know, because of the fact that I'm going to be doing this on stream, it'll be a lot easier to kind of make those adjustments and figure those out if we need to, because I can, you know, talk with y'all. Let's get these. I actually just want to get this built a little more quickly than I am right now, because we can be done with this soon, I think. There we go. Scale it down. Let's turn it off. Let's just turn it off now. But yeah, this thing was the most maneuverable thing I've ever really made. Best plane I've ever made. Yeah, I'll try to build it. Set time to 2 times speed. Build it faster. All right, we're actually getting close. Because I do want to make sure that we don't obscure our view as much as possible. I think that'll be good. Actually, we can scooch this in. This may actually be a little bit cleaner of a design. Because I think I just had the hovercraft engines just angled. This may be better. There we go. we should put these on the reaction wheel as well. Like that. And there. Don't think that that's sucked in at all. Nope. I think that's fine. Cool. Alright, so that the balance moved back a little bit, but that's not bad. Yeah, so no matter if there's ore or not, that doesn't change. The only thing that changes is if there's liquid fuel and oxidizer. Can we set this to only... Does it matter? No, it does the same exact thing. It goes the same exact way. Yeah, there's a... I live in a place where police sirens are heard. Do not live in the countryside. Nope, not that. That's actually pretty good. I mean, we don't have the fear of it bonking our head on the cockpit because we don't exit out of the top out of here. It won't block us because the door is technically right here on the side. Okay, so we need radiators. I liked these right there. I like the look of these because it looked like it gave it a little more aerodynamics and hydrodynamics, and I think it actually does. I think these have surface, but it looks like it doesn't affect the center of lift, so maybe not. You know what, let's make these like that. And keep the back ones white. Just a little bit easier. Try doing it first try? What do you mean first try? Oh, like no autosaves? I don't know if that's... With collisions off, maybe, but with the trees on, that's the whole point, is it's going to be a whole lot more dangerous. Yeah, in my stream I mentioned, or in my video I did mention, I'm like, you know, it's not permadeath. If someone wants to try permadeath, they're more than welcome to, but I don't know that I'm cut out for it. All right. What else do we need? We've got this. All right, we need to put these on action groups. That's what we need. All right, so stage is toggle folded state and toggle folded state. Maybe we don't need this as maybe we don't need this one toggle folded. It can always be. No, I think it helps keep everything situated. Okay, RCS. That one. And that one. Brakes. Abort should be the top. Toggle and toggle. Alright, so one. I'm actually going to change this up a little bit, I think. Typically one's back here. No, I'll keep it the same. Toggle engine. To toggle engine. Let's make three. Whoops. Let's make this one actually 3 toggle thrust reverser. Let's make 4 toggle engine. So we're doing things slightly different. Oh yeah, thank you, solar panels. 5. So we got that 5. Then 5 is going to be the sync. Let's try this. Hold on, without doing any mods, let's see if we can do the stock way. I don't remember. I've never really done the stock way, so I'm not entirely sure if I'm doing it correctly or not, but I think having ore tanks with ore in it, and then you open and close the service bay to do ballast or not. So we'll try that first. All right, get our thrust limiter. Thrust limiter. I didn't even look. 2.43 thrust to weight, not terrible. That one's 2.29, not terrible at all. Perfect. Let's see. Solar panels will be in a second. We do need some batteries on this thing. I'll put them like... Let's get it back like that. Just gonna clip it with blatant disregard. Might do the same for that actually. No. Like that. Alright, we're gonna need to put the drills and stuff on their own action groups soon. We'll figure that out in a second. So we should come up with a name for this, but this is probably going to be our final design, so it may just end up being the Phileas Fogg V2. We're going to call this the 0. We'll call this the... We're just going to call it the V2. Alright. So we're going to do, let me set up my action groups real fast. Action group 1. Oh, hey. Oh, that's okay. Good morning. AG2 is up. AG3 is toggle up. AG4 is forward. AG5 is... We'll just call it bay doors for now. And everything else we'll have to wait for a second. Let's go ahead and test this. I'm thinking I was initially going to roam the world. I wanted to roam it with Valentina, but apparently this file doesn't have Valentina. But then I'm like, okay, Windmill will be fine. But then I'm like, oh, but we should have an engineer. So we're going to test it with Sencell to make sure that we can ride an engineer in here. But I'm kind of thinking all of them are 5-star, and I would love to see how they progressed along the journey. And so I may think maybe we start a new when we do it for real, we start a new save file, just get ourselves the technology to make this craft, and then do it with the OG crew, and then we'll do it with Valentina, because I do have a soft spot in my heart for our Galvin. All right, let's see. I'm pretty excited about this. I have some time to stream today, so we'll be able to go for a little bit, and so that's why I'm pretty confident that we're going to be doing the test. So as long as the game doesn't bug out in the submersible phase, we should be good. Alright, so first and foremost, balanced here. Oh, perfectly balanced. I mean, could probably go forward a little bit, actually. That's okay. Let's just lower these temporarily. Volume seems to be pretty good. Yeah, that's about good. There we go. Alright, spacebar. 1, 2. Alright, so our VTOL works perfectly. Let's do 3, 3 toggles reverse thrusters. Perfect. And so the idea for why we want that is if we flip upside down, we can toggle our reverse. Whoops. Whatever. Yeah, so if we flip upside down, we can toggle the reverse and then have it still push us the correct direction. So let's get our forward on. Oh, whoops. Start all fuel cells. Yeah, I completely avoided the solar panels on purpose. Yep. I completely avoided the solar panels on purpose because I wanted to see how well the fuel cells did on their own. But I did forget to turn them on to begin with, so. But this is perfect. This is a great test because what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna let it store up. All right, perfect. We do need a way to determine which way is up. Let's do that. So yeah, so I flipped around the there we go. Direction that the thrust goes. It looks like that's all bombed out. It looks like it's all burnt on fire. Yeah, so it says we have like no electrical charge. But I think what it is that we're just producing just enough. So let's go ahead and drop it. We will be adding solar panels on here, so it's actually, this is not going to be as much of an issue. I did, like I mentioned though, I just wanted to see how well the fuel cells handled on their own. Yeah, I think if we added that extra capsule, we would start running into weight issues. Oh, we also need air brakes. Let's kill that, put this on. Alright, just make our way out there. Yeah, I just want to test, and we may end up seeing if it crashes the game instead of just the vehicle. I don't know if you heard it when I came in, but one of the mods was a little buggy, so we removed it. But I don't know if it was. I'm pretty sure it was that mod and not anything else. But it could have been anything else because that's the nature of modding. There's a time warp, physics warp 4 a little bit, make some of that electricity back. So it's using oxidizer. It doesn't seem to be using, oh, it is using liquid fuel, just not a lot of liquid fuel. Interesting. So if I were to turn one of these into just oxidizer, because it's going at a much heavier rate. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Alright, so if I open that, does it sync? Doesn't seem like it. Okay, it doesn't seem like it. Alright, so we'll figure out ballast and stuff in a second, but for now, let's just use this mod to sync us. I'd love to not have to use this mod to sync us, but it would... If it works, it works. At least it'll test us. So the biggest problem that we have here is that... Oh, we have a full tank ore. Look at this. Yeah, our tanks are full of ore. But look at this. That's pretty stable, I'd say. I think we do need to turn on our radiators. Let's see, does that spin it up? Oh. Shut down all radiators. Why are we losing ore? Is this powered by ore? Why are we losing ore? That's interesting. But this is keeping fairly stable, which I very much like. Let's dive. But yeah, so it is now submersible. Yeah, so basically by this point, yeah, I'll dolphin it. By this point, the game would have crashed. Oh, we can go full speed. Nice. First person. Let's do it in third person now. There we go. I don't think my yaw is working very well. Might have to put it back onto the thing. Backflip. Yeah. So yeah, so the thing works. Why is that not pointed forward? That's weird. That is weird. Control from here. Oh yeah, that's not gonna be great if we have it switched to that. Okay. All right. Well, never mind about that thing. But yeah, let's get some dolphin turn on the hover engines. Yeah, next time. Well, sorry, I missed it before hitting the escape. But let's get some solar panels on here. Okay. So we want these ones. Straight up build it like as per usual. Big old solar panel that just makes it end up looking like a shell. Yeah, so whatchamacallit, the fuel cell will supplement whatever the solar panels can't handle. I'm going to leave the front without solar panels, and I think I'm going to make this oxidizer only, if I can. Oh, there it is. There it is. Alright, we are going to have to check all of our stuff again. Because I don't know that oxidizer weighs the same as liquid fuel. No, it does not. We may end up losing one of these tanks in favor of just a smaller thing of liquid fuel, just a tiny little thing of liquid fuel. Let's Let's try this. What else? What else did we need? Like that. Scoot that back a little bit. Yeah, when possible, I'm gonna try to fly that. I'm gonna try to have ore on this whenever possible. Okay. Yeah, I mean, next time I do the challenge, I will probably have to go big. You know, one of those go big or go home moments, because it will. So trust me, the Russian doll idea is a great one, but I think with this, for this, I've already started. um, but because that's gonna be like, each craft needs to be tested to the point of what I'm doing here. I'm pointing at my screen, you can't see me, but everything's going to be tested to the point that I'm doing here, and then put into each other, and then testing in the next one. So that will take a lot of planning, and I had been on a hiatus for a little bit, so this will just be a good way back. All right, so we need little bit of balance. So I feel like we really have to have that thing centered. Let's open this. This is difficult. Right about. It's gonna kind of go in the way of the drill, but it's okay. Oh, should it be center? Should it be center mass? Actually, it probably should, right? I never thought about that. It should. Let's do that. And then let's get the liquid intake. And imagine. Let's close that. Alright, so we're going to actually change this action group off of 5. Make it this. Toggle intake. I wish this wasn't such a process. Close vents, exhaust vents. Eight. Alright. So this is going to be toggle. I just shove my head in here to do the rest of it. And then this is going to be deploy. Or wait, no, not deploy. Toggle drill. And this is going to be... Should probably just have these on separate action groups. I don't need... You know what? I don't need this in flight. I don't need this in flight. If I'm doing IVA stuff, I'll do it at another time. I don't need that. Achilles cog. Yep. Maybe we'll think about that one. Alright. So AG5 should be sync. AG6 is close vents. AG7 is open vent. Alright, good to see you, gamers. Sorry I didn't do more testing by the time this is done. You'll be back in an hour? Well, I'll be on by then still. Yeah, still definitely. So I'll be seeing you soon. Take care. AG8. Oh, what should 8 be? Think about that. I'll think about that one. Alright, save. Let's get a camera on here, and I think we might be good to go test-wise. Oh, and maybe some lights. Oh, you know what? AG8 can be a camera thing. Hey, Ajax, welcome in. I think we're almost done with the process. I don't know if you saw the title, but we're in the testing phase. Oh, wow, that reminded me. Thank you. Get rid of that thing. Yeah, we're going to be in the testing phase in just a second. Where are you? Oh, it's because I'm in the wrong area. Camera. Oh, no. Robotics. That's what it was. So, I've done this before, and I'll do it. I'll do it again. I've done this before, and I actually really enjoy it. So, let's see. All right. So you put a robotic hinge right here, and then you put a camera. You know what? Put a robotic hinge there, and you possibly also put one of these. We'll see. Where's the camera? There we go. Because I don't like that it's upside down. But so yeah, so the idea is you can have a forward-facing camera, and you can also have a landing camera. But it's upside down. You can also have a backwards-facing camera, too. So it could be like that. And then like that. So that's a forward facing downwards. And I can but the problem is that the camera, almost no matter what, is going to be upside down. So I need to kind of adjust that. That's that zeroed in. There you go. So yeah, so let's adjust this. There we go, and not have it. And then we'll have this on the action group. Okay, so that's forward and down. So let's make this like that. And bring this down to 0. Come on, 0. Come on, 0. Come on, 0. Alright, you know what? 0. There we go. And now I forget which way is forward. I think it's that way. I think it's that way, yeah. Okay. So then that goes. Alright, so forward and landing. And then reverse landing. Alright, not bad. I can dig it. I can dig it. Alright, so AG8 will make that cam tilt. Oh, I have to wait. I'll have to wait till the next one. Alright. AG8 will be, where is it? Toggle hinge. AG9 will be double server. And actually, I should probably scooch this up a little bit. Probably like there. Oh, and possibly back because the wheels are gonna interfere. Do this like center mass actually. All right, got that. Last few things. These are just kind of like the final thoughts that we need to have before we start. Oh yeah, that's right. I needed to move the hovercraft engines forward just slightly. Right there. We also need a light to let us know when our things are okay. Alright, let's go ahead and do red. Action. Let's turn these off the light action group. Those do need to be on it though. Alright, so this, oh crap. Actually, I think these will be better. Alright, so we're gonna make these red. Remove from symmetry, and then let's make this green to let us know that what? To let us know what? We'll save the green one. These are going to be helpful indicators because when we're in the cockpit, we'll be able to see whether they're on or off. Light, dome light, toggle, toggle. So this one is red, and this will toggle with this one. Alright, so that will be, what was it? Thrust reverser. Toggle light. And typically I have, SAS on the process, or, because I'll be able to see, oh, you know what? RCS. Perfect. That makes sense. RCS will be for this one because we'll be able to see, because I might not be able to see if it's lifting us or not. There we go. We'll turn that one blue. Alright, and just a couple more lights and we're golden. Maybe a ladder or two, but we could figure that out later. Okay, I think that's enough light for the bottom that we need. Then I think we should have something like this. Maybe we could probably get away with undercarriage like that. It's not blinding us. And then maybe something in the back. Yeah, maybe something in the back. Just a little something. Maybe just one of the mini spotlights. There we go. Alright, that should be good to go. Check our center list and our mass. Nice. Perfect. Excellent. Turn the thrust on. Turn this on. Save. Action crew. Engineer. I want an engineer in there, so... Oh, we need to put our canisters, but we'll deal with that next time. But yeah, so this is basically it. As long as this flies as it should. Oh yeah, we have the submarine test. We just need to make sure that it's still submersible. Oh, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Absolutely gorgeous. Alright. Stable? Even? Yeah, relatively even. I could probably just move this one forward a little bit. Oh yeah, so maybe I angle these lights backwards a little bit so I can see. Alright. Stand by. It's a camera. Do it on this one. Okay. Oh, that doesn't look good. And that's sideways. I don't understand. Okay, no, it's not. It's just weirder. Okay, so 8 forward, nice. 9. Nice. Spacebar, sub, forward. Let's just get ourselves back on the runway a little bit. Killer forward. Nice. So we're gonna toggle. Yeah. So now our toggle up is on. So it's gonna be thrusting us in reverse. So it's gonna be pushing us towards the ground. So we have our red light on. Perfect. And so we toggle it back. So that's gonna be useful when we flip upside down. Very much. We're gonna want fuel cell on. So you can see our charge here. Do our VTOL. Oh, we need our air brakes. Let's go ahead and lift off. Oh, look how even that is. It is lifting backwards. Okay, it is lifting backwards. So check this out. Toggle up. Look at that. And then we throw the forward on. Look at that. This is why I wanted the reverse thruster on a toggle. Is because at some point I do feel like oh, did I fall out of the thing? No, I didn't. There we go. What's going on? Oh, we just lost electric charge, that's all. But at some point I feel like that's a landing. We're gonna be flying upside down because we'll have a much clearer view of the stuff going on below us. And all we need to do, rather than having to really fight, flying upside down like normal, we'll have the reverse thrusters providing us lift to keep us from falling. Alright. That. 4. Maybe I might have to change the reverse thrusters to 4 because having my forward on 4 is throwing me off. Why aren't these producing? Well, this isn't exactly the same craft then. This sun exposure, yeah. Sun exposure. Interesting. So we're gonna have to figure that out, because before these were enough to these were enough. Interesting. All right. Let's go ahead and drop here. Figure out our syncing ability. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. 5, 6, 7. 6, 7. Don't make me say 6, 7 again. Thank you. It's just my action groups. Why isn't this control from here? Where are you? Where's the control? Control from here. I guess that is control from there. So, 1. It's the engine. Yeah, I think I might just rely on the mod for the submersible aspect, because this is not working. Okay. He's gone. Didn't get a chance to appreciate it, but did the thing. I did the thing, more gamers. See, so we've got our lift here, and it allows us to. Oh nope, ran out of electricity. Oh, because we forgot to turn this off. All right, let's get out of here. Okay, so what can we do? I feel like maybe this is just too large. This is too large of a craft. Because it's just not producing I guess the electric charge is not producing to the same extent that it had before. No, because if I have that on there, it's still not. Maybe these are too big? Let's see. Change this liquid fuel oxidizer. Get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of the solar panels for a second. Well, that's off for one as well. We're gonna get rid of it. Yeah, we're just gonna rely on the mod. I wish that we could do everything through action groups alone, but taking up 3 action groups just to control the ballast is not really feasible. Okay. So this shortens it up a bit, but it puts the center of mass right there in the front. What about having that? What's that? If we could just... if we could bring an engineer along, then that means that we can repair our crafts a lot more easily. I could just take the OGs. All right. Okay. And then if we lose out on that, it moves it back. But if we... that works so well right there. I want to shorten this, if I can. Let's get rid of that. Let's put these on here for just now. I am building... Hey, welcome in, Kapokin. I am building... like the Oaken part of your name. I'm building a craft that can be land, sea, and air capable in order to travel all around Kerbin to check out all the POIs on Kerbin, all the points of interest in a single journey, very much around the world in 80 days style. Here is here's a map of that kind of journey. I've done it once before. It's on my channel. You can look. It's just search 90 hours on my channel and you'll find it. But we went clockwise before, and there was no collision on any of the trees or rocks, so it was really easy to just kind of breeze through at high speed and just, you know, ghost through all the trees. But now that there's collision, things are going to be a lot more challenging. So I'm trying to create a craft that can handle those challenges for round 2. And I'm going to go in the opposite direction this time. And we are actually getting close. This is stream number 9 of the vehicle build, and I think we are ready to be in the testing phase now. I just need to balance this stuff out. Thank you much. Yeah, we're gonna be doing the whole thing on stream. So yeah, that moves the center mass far, way far. Yeah, so you'll be able to join along with us. We still have a bit before the official stream of that starts because we have to do all the different tests and things. Wonder if I can get away without the canards. We'll see. And I don't want to block between here because there is a passageway that we could use. It's difficult, but we could use it. If I do this, that... Okay, nice. That puts that closer center. Let's get rid of this. And what about just rather than a central fuel tank that makes it long? What about side tanks? Where? Oh, whoops, there. Yeah, multi-purpose fuel tank. So something like that. That maybe no, just 3 of them, something like that. And then, you know, liquid fuel oxidizer. Can we get away with just liquid fuel? Let's see. We'll test that. We'll close this. Alright, so it's a little bit shorter now. Because, yeah, we also are going to need to have it be very maneuverable amongst the trees because they will destroy us. We may actually not need these. No, we will actually. Okay. I wish this could actually go a little bit closer to the front. If we scale it up a little bit, it does. Those end up becoming a little bit bigger than I'd want. Yeah, that's okay. And then this is... Oh, that hardly shifts. Look at that. Full or empty. With these, that's the question. Okay. So maybe, yeah, so those all shift very far forward. So if we... Let's move this one here. Let's move that one. Let's keep that one there. Let's move this one forward. And let's move this one in the middle. Block the window a little bit. Alright, so we balanced that out here. So let's check this out. So if we move that, and then move that, and move that. Okay, and then so if we put this here, this is like gonna be perfect. We want to make it so that way no matter what state our fuel tanks or tanks are in, the center of mass and the center of thrust is always the same. So it'll always stay stable. Okay, and if we bring this back a little bit, right? No. Let's do that. Let me move this forward, like right there. It's just a balancing game at this point. That drops it there. Drops it there. Nice. Yeah, so pretty much, I mean, that's a little bit forward on that one. I could probably balance that out a little bit more. Let's actually scoot this. Sorry, now I'm just getting into a little bit of the minutia. Fill that. Oops. Shoot. Yeah. Alright, I think that is good. We could probably put these out a little bit more. We do need more. We need those indicator lights again real fast. Let's get those, everything put back together real fast, and we'll go out and test again. Okay, red, remove from symmetry, blue. There, lights, take that off. RCS goes to this one, and what is it? Oh yeah, we're gonna need 3, 4. We're gonna want that 4, and then that one shall be toggle thrust reverser 3. Will be this one. Hopefully that doesn't bug out and we have to rebuild it, but we'll see. Alright, could then close that. We got this still. Everything's good there. Alright, let's get our solar panel put back in place. solar panels put back in place. That and like that. Could actually extend another one right there since we don't need. No, it's gonna cover. I think. Oh, you know what? We're about to mess up the. Yeah, we just messed up the center. Crap. Okay, well that's all right. Oh, we also want to make these ones the heavier versions, anyways. Actually, gonna move that one here. I think. Okay, nice. One moment. Perfect. We almost had this. We were so ready. We were out the gate. I just needed to make sure the solar panels were good. And they weren't. They were not. Okay, but that seems like that'll be fine. Okay. I do need a ladder on here, but maybe we'll figure that out. No, let's just get it. I do know that I need it, so might as well not mess around and forget it. Also the lights. Crap, I'm just behind. Let's put this. Don't like how those looked. Maybe these tiny ones. Maybe these small ones aren't terrible. I think they're not very bright though. Alright, let's leave it at that. Let's figure it out. We'll need to change this. This needs to be forward. This will be toggle up. Reverse thrust. That's null. That's null. That's null. Camera 8 is tilt cam. AG 9 is reverse cam. We'll just leave it at that for now. We might move those around. Probably gonna need to put the radiators on action group. Probably should put the fuel cells on the action group, but we'll figure that out in a sec. Let's go ahead and simulate instead of running it. How overcomplicated could this craft be? You should see what we started with. You should see what the previous one was. I had a full-on robotic arm. One of our viewers wants us to do a Russian nesting doll, so you know it could be so much more. Ooh, gorgeous. So, all right. Why aren't those lifting? Oh, is it Oh, no. Those solar panels are... Find a fish? Well, I think you're a fish. Well, Neutral likes fish. I like your profile, actually. It's kind of fun. Yes, it is. Yes, they are hover. Oh, crap. Not that one. Not that one. There we go. Really, we only need the one on the bottom just to, in case we find ourselves belly up and we need to fix that before nighttime. Alright. Or we find ourselves belly up at night, no electricity. When the sunrise in the morning, that will allow us to get electricity. Alright, there we go. Well, I am a certified Legion. Pleased to meet you. I make Kerbin, and currently we are doing a land, sea, air vehicle. I need to actually start heading to the river. I said that I wanted to test in the river, but I think this is ready to go. We just need to see that we have... let's get this. Our fuel cell. We just need to see that our fuel cell... Oh, we only have the one person. Alright. There we go. 2. Is this activated? There we go. Shut down. And so, yeah, so hovercraft, VTOL, plane. Oh, ran out of electric charge. So what is the problem there? So yeah, that's the situation that I'm kind of in a situation. That's what I'm trying to figure out here is our electricity, because the one that I made just before this was perfect. And I had to, unfortunately, I had to recreate it instead of just reusing it. Okay, so start all fuel cells. Alright. C, T, X, space. 1, 2. Let's kick on our throttle. Yeah, look at that. Oh, you know what? It might just be that we don't have any battery storage, so it's just depleting before it gets a chance to create any. Interesting. Let's go throw some batteries on here real fast and then just take it back out. Okay. And actually I'm going to get rid of this. Oh, was it? I also had a capacitor on here. Flux or not, I think that might have helped. Okay. There we go. Alright, still mostly in the same spot. Should I just throw another... We'll try this, and if that doesn't work, we'll try throwing more fuel cells on there. Save. I also need to remember that we have absolutely no sunlight right now, I think. I don't think we have sunlight. So we're not going to be getting any help there. But this design should work in such a way where we don't need to have sunlight. And Beyblade? Alright, now you're asking for too much. Well, actually, you know, anything's a Beyblade if you believe hard enough. Especially in this game. Alright, so let's go ahead. Fuel cell on. Alright, so we got our fuel cell. Alright. That. Oh, did we didn't even put any batteries. No, we didn't put any batteries. I just put the capacitor. Oh, and this is, yeah, that's bugged. Crap! I thought it was perfect. I just need to replace the propellers. It happens when you change their action groups. It's okay. Very easy. That, I don't need to do anything with that. Folding. I needed to put batteries on it anyway, so it all works out. Where are you? There you are. There we go. I think it was up a little bit. 220, if I remember correctly. Custom 2. Alright, so this should be toggle engine. Stage should be toggle folded state. And 4 should be toggle thrust reverser. Perfect. Save. Let's go now. Simulate. Go. Oh, batteries. Silly, stupid me. But that's okay, because I just want to. I really just want to test out the submersible, make sure that works. Because I feel like we're stable. We're vertically stable, anyways. Theoretically, our forward momentum should be fine. We really need to test whether or not whether or not we can fly without the top engines. But other than that, I think we're pretty much good. These 3. Corn's battery fuel. Oh, comms. Comms batteries fuel. Yep. Oops. Yeah. Press limiter. Bam. Alright, yeah, see, so it's making electricity, but it's also using a lot. So we might just need more capacitors, really, or more what are they called? Fuel cells. I actually don't. Okay, so I don't need any air intakes because all of our engines are electric. I don't need comms because we're not actually going to be communicating with anyone, or oh, that's beautiful. We're not going to be communicating with anyone or transmitting any science. How much sunlight are we getting? Very, very little. Yeah, and we don't need we don't really need, like, we have fuel. Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh no, not right, not correct. X space R. Don't destroy yourselves. Come on. There we go. What are you doing? Oh. Okay, something got weird. There we go. But yeah, so this craft is mainly just to get the Kerbal. Here, I'll put the map up again. But we're going all across the globe, looking at every single point of interest on the map, and yeah, so that's really all it needs. Is we just need to be able to drive it and handle all the terrain challenges that face us. And we need to be able to be prepared for every situation like this one. Situations like this. So, We have no electric charge. Alright, whatever. Terminate. Revert. Close. Stored charge, 8,000. So we should... I time warped, or I physics warped because it was taking forever to go down the runway, and then it didn't like that, so it flipped. Alright. Yeah, well, that's true. That is true. Alright, so that's probably going to readjust the center of lift again. Oh, not terribly. Not terribly at all. Alright, now let's get some batteries. I like these ones. Just kind of load up a bunch of them if I can. RTGs, I don't have a mod that has very good ones. The best ones that I have do 3 per second, and that's like practically nothing for what this needs to make. That's what I have. Yeah, the near future tech is what I have. It's just the biggest one that they have is just, I don't know. I don't think it's useful enough. Yeah. Here, I'll show you. Look. Yeah, I played around with nuclear for a little bit. I thought that was kind of cool. I've got some great solar panels. Where's the RTGs? Yeah, here. This is the biggest one that I've got, and it's just 3 per second. So I would need to do a lot more to power these things. There we go. Oh yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and hop back, and hopefully we'll have enough battery now to fly for a bit, and hopefully our fuel cells will be enough to power. And see, the thing is you would say like, oh, well, maybe you're just being greedy. You don't need to just have unlimited flight for no reason. But once we hit the Arctic, we don't get a lot of solar panels or solar power. You know, I've done this mission, I've done this challenge before, so I know that certain things need to be considered. Alright, so we are losing a lot of electric charge, more than I'd like. We do seem a little off balance too. Yeah, we're off balance. That's a great screenshot. Yeah, okay. Figure that out. Yeah, so I basically need to think about all these things, test for all these scenarios, and have contingencies for everything before I get started, because once I get started, I have to kind of abide by the rules, and we need, engineer, there we go. And the rules state that we can only rebuild in certain locations. So, thrust limiter. So what if I just scale this down? It doesn't need to be that much. Just as long as it's above 1, it'll be good. It doesn't even need to be above 1 to get lift. It just... Actually, that's fine. Alright. Let's drop that. We could probably even drop this down a little bit too. So that will be less energy usage. Let's go back a little bit. Go. Alright. We actually need, I forgot to put the thrust limiters back on everything. Okay, so hopefully with the lesson size, hopefully we won't use as much electricity, and if we don't use as much electricity, hopefully we can tip the scale into being always positive, as long as we have fuel. And once we run out of fuel, then we just need to stop, dig up some ore, transmit it into liquid fuel oxygen, and go from there. Alright. Should put these on action group, actually. Or just... Oh! Missing oxidizer! That's why it wasn't working. Okay. That's right, I forgot. I was going to test it. I was going to just be like, oh, does it need liquid fuel only, or not? And I was going to put it on the launch pad, see if it needed it, and then bring it back and fix it. I never did that. Perfect. All we need to do is liquid fuel oxidizer, liquid fuel oxidizer, liquid fuel oxidizer. Bam. We may not need as many fuel cells then, actually. I mean, I don't know that it'll hurt, but I do like the idea that we're going to be able to get the engineer and scientists aboard. I don't know that we need a scientist. Maybe just Jeb, Val, and Bob. Or Jeb, Val, and Bill. Bob gets the finger. Alright. Let's check this out. So, nice. Alright, so let's start all fuel cells. We got our electric charge. Yeah, see, we're using electric charge. We shouldn't be using this much even just for this. Like, that's ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, see, like, in the version that I had, this was enough. Just the fuel cells that I had was enough to keep this from losing any power at all. So it's weird. It's weird that it isn't. Let's just do a quick test of the submarine, and then, I don't know, shorten it, I guess? I wish there was a way that we could use monopropellant. Yeah, and then we'll just have to use this and then go that. I wonder if we can put it onto action group or something. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah. Alright. So, let me get some cameras on. Yeah, so we are going to have, we're going to have a submersible. I thought I reversed the camera. Tilt it. Looking backwards. Nice. Oh, this was a great idea, having it on the forward backwards, but, yeah, it needs to be able to do land, sea, and water, or land, sea, and air. And in order to do the sea, we're going to need to do it submersible because the wave physics is a little too much to do a boat. And we can do it hovercrafting. Like, I can hover over the over the water and just, you know, go pretty easily. But at that point, I'm like, that's basically a plane. You know, that's not, you know, that's basically a plane there. We're basically flying, and so I decided submersible, and we can cover a lot of distance here. We have the ability to choose our navigations. I don't know where that is. Oh wait, that's because it's there. But yeah, we can pick a point and navigate our way to it. But yeah, it's a great craft. I'm gonna do a lot in IVA, I think. Can't tell if I'm actually moving or not. Yeah, I guess so. Want to see? Oh, yeah, I wanted to see the ocean floor before we go back. So yeah, so I think we're just about ready. I just need to figure out our power consumption situation. It looks like our power consumption for the submarine is doable. Yeah. And we've got free IBA, so we can move about the cabin. Hey everybody, how you doing? So can I get you any snacks or anything? No? We have autopilot, don't worry. We're in safe hands. Ooh. Can I leave through here? No, I can't. There we go. And then just pop that up. That's fun. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun journey. I'm gonna do a lot of it on stream, or I'm gonna do the whole journey on stream. Oh no, getting destroyed. I'm gonna do it on stream, and there's gonna be some fun things because when I was doing the challenge the first time, I would oftentimes come across some interesting things that I would find in my journey. And but I wouldn't have time to really explore them because it's like I've spent so much time already that unless it was like completely cool and interesting to look at, then it would just kind of feel like a waste. But if I'm on stream, because I was just doing it film wise before, if I'm on stream, then you know, if people want to see it, then why not? It's not a waste of time at all. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. But speaking of which, let's get back to what I was trying to do. I am going to take a quick step aside and refill my coffee. But what I'm going to do is I don't have a be right back screen, but instead I have my video. This is...
But now that we're safely on all 6 wheels,
oh
again,
sweet, we're actually, this is my previous Around the World challenge, and this is right about when I believe we're about to, oh no, that's another spoiler, dang it. No, that wasn't where I thought it was, but that was another spoiler. But here's the Around the World. I'll be back, and I'll be back soon.
A couple weeks ago, Reddit user posted this map of the shortest distance between every point of interest on Kerbin, and I took that as a challenge, so I spent over 90 hours doing just that. Before we jump right on in, there are a few rules and allowances I want to cover. Firstly, quick saves are allowed. This is not a permadeath challenge. Secondly, launch sites are allowed in limited capacity. I'll explain later. And thirdly, only the Phileas Fogg family of vehicles can be used. Our all-terrain vehicle is named after the protagonist of Jules Verne's 1872 novel Around the World in 80 Days, so that should give you an idea of the epic expedition we are about to embark on. So it all starts here at the KSP launch pad. Langer Kerbin, our intrepid pilot and helicopter pilot for the mission, takes, even though it looks like there's nobody in the seat, he is indeed flying this. Getting ready. Taking the first part of our journey, officially starting the countdown. It is year 10, day 2 of our Around the World challenge. Joining him will be Valentina Kerbin as the mission commander. He is, of course, the mission pilot. Henbrett is our engineer. And we have 2 scientists, Poduki and Carwin. Bunch of interesting names here. This is technically part of the KXP series, however, not really considered part of the playlist. But in that, we haven't quite gotten to the episodes yet, but we did manage to get Valentina, Bill, and Jebediah back home from Midmiss, so a little bit of spoilers there, but anyways, this is the Phileas Fogg V3. Versions 1 and 2 weren't capable of completing the mission, so they are just obsolete here. This one, however, will have some problems with the robotics. It worked in all my test flights, and it worked here, but eventually I will run into some problems, which will require a redesign. Like I mentioned, redesigns are allowed at launch sites in a limited capacity, as long as we keep our vehicle an all-terrain vehicle, meaning land, sea, and air capable. And it keeps the general design of this. It will be within the Phileas Fogg versions, and we go through a couple different versions as we go along. So we get our Kerbals loaded into the craft. We are using the A set. I can't remember the exact name, but all the mods are in the bottom in the description below. But the A set cockpit with the feline rover Lynx body for the rest of it, including the wheels. And we are using the moist mod to use our liquid engines, or our oceanic engines. So now that the music's calmed down a little bit, let me say thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for watching. This is the biggest endeavor that I've done so far. Like I mentioned before, I literally spent 90 hours recording all this footage, and that's not even to mention how much it took to put it all together and edit it and plan and all sorts of challenges along the way. But I'm excited. We are officially loaded up into our vehicle, taking our first steps. And our scientists, throughout this whole entire journey, are always very apprehensive. They do not like the fact that we drive so fast. They don't like the fact that they can't see where we're going. So they are always going to be a little bit on edge. Valentina and Henbrett, however, are 100% badasses, so they're going to be giddy the entire way. But with that, we have reached our first checkpoint, which is Monolith 1, the one that you can see from the launch pad. Easy enough. As you saw on the bottom, I included the name of the checkpoint along with the latitude, longitude coordinates. So if you ever want to try this journey out on your own, you can follow along by copying down those. I'll probably include a document somewhere in the description.
Alright, well, I am back. Let's go ahead and close that. Okay. So, shoot. Back to the freaking drawing board, I guess. Let's see. Let's get rid of our extra companions. Let's get rid of these. Yeah, so it's just gonna be a one person. Just a one person journey. We need to just slim this up incredibly so. Let's get rid of all this. All of that. Just get rid of, well, keep the batteries for now. That's nice. They look a little bit like skis. We'll keep that for a second. Get rid of the capacitor. That's not what we needed. Get rid of this. Okay. Alright, so it's smaller, but it could be better. Okay, let's see. I need to move my coffee so I don't burn myself. There we go. Gonna need this and that. There we go. Alright, put that there. Alright, so we're gonna have to fix that in a sec. We've got our ore in there, we've got that. We've got 2 inline stabilizers. Let's just feather that in just ever so slightly. Just like that. I wonder if we do this, flip it around that way. That actually brought it closer because the center of mass is now closer this way. That. Yeah, we now need to move this back a little bit more. Whoops. This can be scaled down. Actually, this could be scaled down too. That might help out a lot. So, I mean, a thrust to weight ratio of 2 is still pretty good. That's kind of tiny. So I feel like that's not going to take nearly as much electricity. I feel like I'm very loud here. Alright, so we got got our lift. These should be put in a better place. I like it there, but put that like there. Actually, just think it all the way back. I don't mind clipping. There we go. We've got this. I feel like attaching a light to it as well might be worthwhile if we can swing it. Like, would that work? That connects. No. Okay, what about, hold on. Oops. What about we get ourselves a structural bit. Put it like that. And let's actually put this on first. Is that right? So as long as the bars don't interfere with the camera, which they might if it's that far back, so move it forward. As long as the bars don't interfere with the camera, this should provide light wherever the camera is pointed. That is pretty awesome. I think that's pretty neat. All right, so smaller. Hot. Yeah. All right, so smaller. We could probably make it even smaller with fewer reaction wheels. Just one in the center, but I think the 2 might help. Alright, let's save that. Alright, let's test it. No solar panels. just fuel cells. Let's just start the fuel cells to begin with. Oh yeah, we don't have any storage for fuel. Yeah, we don't have any storage for fuel. Also, we need to fix that. And we also need to put their thrust back on. Oh, and our center of lift. Yeah, we need to get some wings. Alright. Need to get a quieter mouse is what we need. Alright, let's put, I guess, just these. That's what we used before. But I wonder if we just do, let's sink these in. What if we were to just do like straight up just a lifting surface? Just something like this, where it's just it doesn't. No, I'm just gonna do tried and true what we did before, and call it a day. Actually, scale it down a little bit. Oh, we did have canards. That's right. Oof, we got like no room for canards. Scoot that back. Scoot that back. This actually can get scooted back all the way into there. Then that's kind of fun. Just use the basic ones, but no, it has like no coverage. There we go. I feel like the wheels should go down a little bit. Give a little more clearance. And just one. Yeah, I think that's good. Probably make this go back. Like that. Go back just ever so slightly as well. Yeah, I mean, this is basically it. Oh, lights in the front. Like that. And then maybe, so I have the lights there. I don't really need too much in as far as underside lights. Then, no, I should put something. Maybe I'll put these. We'll try it that way. Alright, I think that's good enough. We have no solar panels, but I want to just see how it does without... No, let's just put one on. Might as well. I think it's nighttime anyway, so... Yeah, see, that adjusts our size, so Might as well put on what we have, what we're gonna have. Testing it without it is a little bit pointless. There we go. Save and simulate. Alright, so we just got one pilot now. Probably going to be an engineer because we're going to need to be able to fix it. So it's kind of cool because if that is an engineer and we do decide to go with the OG crew, then it's Bill. Bill's Great Adventure. Alright, so that needs to be off, and that needs to be off because they... Nice. Right, turn that. Get our lights on. Let's check out the camera. Tilt camera. That's pretty cool. Oh, this is showing the back camera at the same time because it shows a different thing. So when it's up, that's cool. Okay, so the fuel cells are started. This will show us. Yeah, it is. Even using our hovercraft is just taking. Okay, no, wait, where is it? Oh no, it's taking oxygen. I thought this was the electric charge. Okay. Yep. Yeah, so still not solved. Yeah, that's right. Thrust. Yeah, look at that electric charge about to go out. Why? Stop all fuel cells. Why? What'd you do wrong? What's different? What's different about it? Well, I do have to say this is pretty nice and stable for having no propulsion. Look at that. I was able to control that descent pretty well. What is going wrong? We had this. We had this dead to rights. Terminate. Do we need to reconceptualize? Phillies Fog V2. Yeah, let's just do a new one. We got this. See, the thing is all this time, you know what? Let's get out of the VAB. Let's go out into the night sky. Huh. All this time spent is going to be worthwhile, because it will. Oh, that's too big. Because it will make everything easier when we go. Because once we go, I feel like we should just go. Now, should I have that in the front? No. Okay. So. Uh-oh. There we go. Do a capacitor and a rechargeable. And then I think our folding wish we could make this smaller. We have so we have a seat, but it doesn't have an IVA, and the IVA that we do have doesn't have a seat. Do I start exploring this? Do I start exploring the motorbikes? Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Just gonna play around for just a second. Let's do a sidecar. Because I find that to be a little bit more stable. There should be a wheel. A sidecar. That doesn't make sense. There should be a wheel here. Bike dock. Like that. Oh, I think it's on the wrong side. I think that goes there. Yeah, that makes sense. Now, question. Okay. This may get ridiculous, but we'll see. We'll see how this. Okay, this may get ridiculous. Hold on. I'm excited. Okay, so it's 0. Okay. So this needs to be pushed in reverse when going that way, or let's see if it can do it that way, but it's not going to be center of lift, center of mass. But we could just cheese it. Could just cheese it like that. And actually, come to think of it, we should do it the other way. That way, and forward. This might not be as ridiculous as I was initially thinking. Okay, so it's actually not, so normal thrust. Like that. I feel like we're still gonna need a lot. You know, we're still gonna need freaking batteries like it's no other. Like it's nobody's business. Nope. Scale these down a little bit. Right. Might need to move that over, but we'll figure that out when we get there. This needs. That. Oh, I can't zoom in any. Oh, that actually helps. Scooch this down. Kind of just get them right in line with that. With these, they can actually be a little bit bigger. There we go. That's not bad. That's a thrust weight of 150. That's pretty good. This might need to move fast. We'll see. Traverse rate fast. I should make this fast. Let's make custom 1 should be, let's see. Let's make the stage be the switching of this toggle hinge. Custom 1 can be the toggle engine. Yeah. No, you know what? Toggle full to state on RCS. Custom 1 will be toggle engine. Alright. Let's just see how this goes. I'm curious. Let's see. Windmill in the pilot. Henry in the sidecar. So I think it's nighttime, but we'll see how it goes. Also curious to see how fast that hinge goes. I don't typically mess with the traverse rate. Yeah, I think we probably won't use a sidecar for this mission. This is a little bit ridiculous, especially since I don't know how to make it. Especially since I don't know how to make it. Water capable. Also, why aren't these going? Yeah, it's alright. None of this is good. I don't want any of that. Get that out of here. Is this even worthwhile? Probably not. There's no IV in this, so not gonna do that. Alright, so the other thing, the last thing I'm gonna see. I don't think this is gonna work, but we can try it. Let's close this line. This. Can we scale this? Can we scale this down and make it tiny? Oh, we can. We can make it tiny. Does it mess with things, though? Alright, let's see. If we can make it smaller. I mean, if we make it smaller, it's just we have to make all the pieces smaller. So no, never mind. We'll just leave it as is. Okay. Okay. We got this. We can figure this out. This is easy. We just need to find the perfect balance of power consumption. Perfect balance of power consumption to excuse me, to weight. Reaction going here. We're gonna need. Can we get away with? Can we use monoprop as fuel? Because if we can use the smaller, convertitron, that would be ideal. If we can use that, if we can use this. Convertitron Mini, but it only has monoprop available. Yeah, it only has monoprop. To do that, can we scale that down? So we can cheese it a little bit. Maybe. Tiny little drill-matic. Make that smaller, maybe not that small. Tiny little drill-matic. Or container. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe ore container like that. Multi-purpose fuel tank like this. Yeah, so this is all in the same spot now. Alright. Alright, so the fuel and the ore are all balanced and will be filling up evenly. Nice. So now we just need to get this in a cargo bay of sorts. Let's see. And then we can actually get rid of this fuel tank because these kind of suffice. What's a long one? 1.25, but long. That's what we want. And it only needs to open a little bit. That's the great thing. We only need it to open right here, actually. But we do need it long enough to hold everything in so it doesn't create drag. I guess we'll just go with one of these ones. This didn't look like it opened. Open, obey. Yeah, I think it's supposed to open through here, but it's not looking like it's doing much. We could do one of these. Do you wanna? Scale that down. All right, at 1.25, that's perfect. Let's actually get that off there. Put it. Reaction wheel here. Get that out. All right, that's that's it's doable. We just need it to be housed, so it doesn't cause drag, and we want to make sure that it's not too off balanced. We can actually put a couple different. We can put a couple more things in here. Use up the space, basically. Those are huge. Wait on that. Where are you? Where are you? Batteries. Where are the extra batteries? Oh, there you are. Just like this. Yeah, just kind of toss them in there. And scooch them in a little bit, and then call it a day. Whoops. There we go. Oh, and then push them back, I think. Not that. This could probably get pulled out just a little bit so it's not impeding that, and it's still enough room to get out. Perfect. Let's close that. Nice. What's our centers? Oh, that's beautiful. And we're going to go back even farther a little bit with our engine. Moist. If we can make this just small, just a small little thing. We probably don't even need that big of a thing. a little bit. No, we need it better than that. Let's get that out. Okay. Okay. Let's get the wings, or the tail fins anyways. Gonna need something on the front there, but this is interesting. All four? We could possibly work with all four. We can get a underside yaw. I didn't think about that. We would need to pull these two off symmetry. Symmetry, so that could be pitch. That would be pitch. And these would be yaw. Okay. Sorry for the jingle jangles. It's my kitty cat eating. Okay, so we got that. Got fuel. Let's get maybe battery up front. Maybe battery up front. We are going to be putting the center of mass towards the cockpit again, which I don't love. Okay, might need to actually get rid of this battery. I think we might actually have enough charge to not have to worry about it. Might as well make this just the full size. Okay, might as well make that the full size. No, bring it 1.5. So yeah, we'll probably make this tiny. And then hopefully that will be good enough to not have to worry about our power consumption. So if we can move that back a little bit, that'd be great. What about moving that? Come on. There we go. That helped a little bit. So now the drill's over here more in the center. That's actually that's not a bad idea to have it that way. We should probably just get our, before we start messing around trying to figure this perfect bit out, we should probably just get our wheels and hovercraft engines in place. Okay. Oof, I might need to be calling this stream pretty soon. I gotta get going around 6, but we'll see. Come on. You got this. That. There. Thing. And that. There. Alright, let's get these on action groups, RCS. And RCS. These ones on abort. And abort. Okay. Stage this one. And that one. Custom 1 turns off this engine, toggle engine. Custom 2 is up. Custom 3 is forward. Custom 4 will be toggle thrust reverser. Toggle 5, oh shoot, what did we do for 5? 5, 6, 7, all that stuff should be, all that. We are going to need the capacitors though, that is the kicker. Not the capacitors, the fuel cell. Okay, sync goes in. Where's our center of mass? Backwards a little bit. We're also going to need wings. But like actual wings. I mean, these aren't actual wings, but control surfaces anyways. Whoops. There we go. Tiny little plane, and I love it. I don't know if we're gonna need radiators, actually, come to think of it. We might not. Maybe actually scale that down a little bit. Nice. Our empties are right in line. If we can get some canards on here, that would be better for our submersing. Scale it down a little bit. Not bad. Alright, this might be good to go. I mean, I think it's good to go. We should put lights and indicators and all that on it, but we'll figure that out when we get there, or when we figure the rest of it stuff out. Oh, that's not good. I think that works. No, let's at least get the indicator light on there. We don't need like the whole kit and caboodle as far as lights go, but just something to show us that that things are funky, or not funky, just needs to be noticed. It's like a check engine light almost. All right. Let's do red. Let's do blue. Move from symmetry. Turn this one red. Take those off lights. So The red one should be set to, what is that? Thrust reverser, toggle light. And this one should be set to RCS. Toggle light and blue. Let's make sure that those are off. Perfect. We should get the camera set up. I love that camera. Let's just get that set up real fast, and then we'll finish. Why does that look like it's glitching out? There we go. Okay. Robotics here. Actually, I don't think I need that cage, actually, because I can just attach it here. Oh, that's swell. Nice. Okay, let's get the camera. I think I'm going to attach it like that. I wish that it had a reverse version so it could attach at the top and be the right side up. Nonetheless. Alright, and then get our lights. Easy enough. Little spotlights. Go. And then this just needs to do 180. Don't think it matters which direction. Yeah, that's fine. And then this just needs to do like that. That, right? Oh no, that's no, I didn't. No, I have that wrong. That's okay. It's not entirely wrong. Actually, no, that is entirely wrong. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's absolutely 100% entirely wrong. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so it needs to be like that. And then there does actually need to be a cage here. Like that. Okay, bring this down to 0. Okay, and then that goes like that. Alright, so let's get that camera. Drop it down. Like that. Perfect. And yeah, let's get the... Wonder if this would be nice. If this would be interesting. That would even produce light. We'll see how that looks. I'm curious. Okay, so let's make this camera. Make that and that. You can call this the Philly fog too. I have so many versions of this craft that I'm gonna get confused on which one we're actually supposed to be working on. Okay, I think that's the way that it's supposed to go. I don't know if these lights are gonna be good, but we'll see. We'll see. That's all we need. Let's be done with it. Thrust limiter, thrust limiter, thrust limiter, save. And who's in the cockpit? Let's do an engineer instead of pilot. Simulate. But yeah, I might have to be done after this, at least for now. Okay. Alright, so first and foremost, let's just start all fuel cells. So we have liquid fuel and oxidizer. Are we balanced? We are not balanced. Oh no, we are. No, we're not. So these need to be moved up to the front, or that means no, this needs to be moved up. There's none in the front there. We're not really losing charge, so that's good. Turn that on, turn that off, throttle up. Man, okay, so maybe if I can just find... I mean, actually, on a lot of these, I just couldn't have full throttle. That's all that it mattered, is I just couldn't have full throttle. But yeah, if I could fly at night, that would be great. Oh yeah, let's check our... Ooh, that's bright. We could check out our cameras. Yeah, we need to adjust that a little bit. Maybe we'll put it on the canard. Oh, hitting the water pretty hard if we don't pull up. Don't know. Don't know where we are on the water. Yeah, these lights in front of us are gonna mess with us. Oh, there's the runway. Yeah, we are losing power. Oh, we are in the water. Yeah. Okay. So we need to figure out our power balance situation. I think maybe if we just lower our... We can't adjust our RPMs, but if we just lower the size of these things. Hey, welcome back, gamers. We have gone smaller yet again, trying to find the perfect balance. There's no solar panels on here, but that's because we're testing. We're testing it. Let's go. Let's see. The fuel cells. That's what we're testing. The fuel cells. We'll put one. We'll put one on here. But yeah, we're trying to go small if we can. These need to be over here. Yeah, let's actually get rid of those entirely. Right. Just need to put this on. We're getting close. I might actually be calling this stream pretty shortly hereafter, but we'll be back. That Russian doll concept is beautiful. I absolutely love it, but it is going to be so complicated. I will try it out, but that's going to be like its own dedicated challenge. Just so you know. Like you're talking about like an aircraft carrier kind of thing. So don't worry. We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay. Okay, so we've got that. So let's okay. Let's actually put our thrust up here. So that is powerful enough to move us. So let's get rid of that. That full up. And that's powerful enough to lift us. So this may be a fully different thing. It's probably not going to go as fast. But that's okay. I might want this just a little bit larger. There we go. Maybe I'll find something to angle that so it's a little bit more aerodynamic. Yeah, let me do that quick second. Oh, that's gonna change stuff though. It's gonna change stuff completely. We could just make it batteries, I think, rather than, so it doesn't adjust our center stuff too much. Let's scale it just to match. Yeah, let's make that battery. There we go. All right, didn't adjust it too much. We want to make sure our center of mass is still close to our ore tanks. Docking port, smaller crafts. Yeah, it's gonna have, you know, it's gonna be cargo bays and all sorts of stuff. All right. Okay, so that should be. All right, that should be good. The Philly Fog 2 should be ready to go. Let's test it again. But yeah, I think smaller, maybe better. I think it was just that we were using too much power. I do need to get going though. Ooh-wee. This is just a lot of fun. I'm super excited. We never got to the river, unfortunately, but yeah, we will be trying it. I just focused. All right, let's see. Start all fuel cells. I like that the lights are on so we can see. So these need to be off to start with. All right. So the external lights that are attached to the camera don't actually look like they do much. Oh, and the camera's dragging. Okay, yeah. Let's do the tilt. No. Like this? No. Am I doing this correct? I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I've done that correctly, but that's fine. Get these lights on. Alright, so let's get our SAS on. The RCS on. Okay, nice. So we get our little light indicator out to the side without it being too distracting. And then if we hit action group 3, no. Alright, stage 1. That's action group 4. Alright, so that shows us that we're going to be doing our reverse propulsion. Perfect. Let's do that. Check out our electric charge. We can also see it right there. Action group 2. And throw on full throttle. Nice. Action group 3. There we go. Nice, I like that. Alright, so we are losing charge, but we also don't need full throttle. Alright. So, yeah, so if we see here, we're actually producing more electricity than we're using. So as long as we keep it throttled to this, we should be good. But that's not a lot. But this is nighttime, so also can we kill our top engine? Alright, so if we kill our top engine, we produce more, and we can speed up a little bit. There we go. Alright, nice. Now we sped up enough that we have power enough thrust to stay afloat, and we still got power. Nice. Nice. Because I want to be able to travel at night. That's the thing, is I want to be able to still be able to fly. In the previous challenge, the first time I did it, every time it was night, I basically had to come to a stop, park, wait until the following morning, and then even so much as like wait until the following morning and then sleep in, like let the time go. Oh, excuse me 1 second. I need to step away for a second, but I'm curious to see how far this goes before it either crashes or runs out of electricity. So we will be back in a second, and I will see you in a moment. We are using a fuel cell. That's how our secret ended up being. Is we're using a little bit of liquid fuel and oxidizer in our tanks. We have a drill to drill some ore and an ISRU. We got to test that out later, and then good old-fashioned fuel cells. Be back soon. You know what? This might be a little more
A
interesting
couple weeks
than...
ago, Reddit user posted this map of
oh
the
shoot, it's
shortest
already
distance
been
between every point
started
of
again.
interest on Kerbin.
This might be a little
And I
bit more
took that as a
interesting than
challenge.
just watching
so I spent
that.
over 90 hours
so
doing just that.
put that
Before we jump
as
right
well.
on in, there are a few
But then you
rules
can
and
still see
allowances
if
I want to cover.
plane
Firstly,
crashes.
quick
Alright, see you
saving
in a
are
bit.
allowed. This is not a permanent challenge. Secondly, launch sites are allowed in limited capacity. I'll explain later. And thirdly, only the Phileas Fogg family of vehicles can be used. Our all-terrain vehicle is named after the protagonist of Jules Verne's 1872 novel Around the World in 80 Days, so that should give you an idea of the epic expedition we are about to embark on. So it all starts here at the KSP launch pad. Langer Kerbin, our intrepid pilot and helicopter pilot for the mission, takes, even though it looks like there's nobody in the seat, he is indeed flying this. Getting ready. Taking the first part of our journey, officially starting the countdown. It is year 10, day 2 of our Around the World challenge. Joining him will be Valentina Kerbin as the mission commander. He is, of course, the mission pilot. Henbret is our engineer, and we have 2 scientists, Poduki and Carwin. Bunch of interesting names here. This is technically part of the KXP series, however not really considered part of the playlist. But in that, we haven't quite gotten to the episodes yet, but we did manage to get Valentina, Bill, and Jebediah back home from Midmiss, so a little bit of spoilers there, but anyways, this is the Phileas Fogg V3. Versions 1 and 2 weren't capable of completing the mission, so they are just obsolete here. This one, however, will have some problems with the robotics. It worked in all my test flights, and it worked here, but eventually I will run into some problems, which will require a redesign. Like I mentioned, redesigns are allowed at launch sites in a limited capacity, as long as we keep our vehicle an all-terrain vehicle, meaning land, sea, and air capable. And it keeps the general design of this. It will be within the Phileas Fogg versions, and we go through a couple different versions as we go along. So we get our Kerbals loaded into the craft. We are using the A-set, I can't remember the exact name, but all the mods are in the bottom in the description below, but the A-set cockpit with the Feline Rover Lynx body for the rest of it, including the wheels, and we are using the Moist mod to use our liquid engines, or our oceanic engines. So now that the music's calmed down a little bit, let me say thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for watching. This is the biggest endeavor that I've done so far. Like I mentioned before, I literally spent 90 hours recording all this footage, and that's not even to mention how much it took to put it all together and edit it and plan and all sorts of challenges along the way. But I'm excited. We are officially loaded up into our vehicle, taking our first steps. And our scientists, throughout this whole entire journey, are always very apprehensive. They do not like the fact that we drive so fast. They don't like the fact that they can't see where we're going. So they are always going to be a little bit on edge. Valentina and Henbret, however, are 100% badasses, so they're going to be giddy the entire way. But with that, we have reached our first checkpoint, which is Monolith 1, the one that you can see from the launch pad. Easy enough. As you saw on the bottom, I included the name of the checkpoint along with the latitude-longitude coordinates. So if you ever want to try this journey out on your own, you can follow along by copying down those. I'll probably include a document somewhere in the description that has all the sites listed. So real fast before we get started, we're going to head over to the island airfield, and as we do that, we're going to take a look at that map that we took a peek at in the beginning. Now this is the map that no user selected created. Obviously he didn't create the map, but created the lines, the shortest distance between each one of the points of interest, launch sites, and anomalies. Now, he listed them in this direction that I'm going right here, going west first, south, then east, then north. However, after looking at the journey quite a bit, I made the decision to reverse it, and I'm going to go north first, east over here, south down through these parts, and then north again, west, and then come back through here, go through the desert as my last point, and then come home here. This will give me the advantage because I will be spending most of my time going west, which means that my days will be as long as possible because the sun will be at my back as I go. That's going to become much more important later, but for now we're going to be traveling north, so the angle of the sun's not going to matter that much. We are using Waypoint Manager to keep track of our destinations, and that gives us the real-time estimate of how long it will take given our current speed. And as you saw there, it's going to take at least an hour and a half, given at the rate that we're going now. That doesn't even take into consideration that we are going to be doing some water travel, so this is going to be a journey. I want you to take a quick note here and look at how hesitant I am to allow my craft to go over 15 meters per second. It's nothing really important now, but it will become hilarious later with how fast we end up going. I mean, look at this. I'm just so nervous and paranoid about...
Alright, let's go ahead and close that real fast. So, we are not perpetual. As you can see, don't have any ore. I think if we had ore, we might have been able to process some of that as we went along. Pretty high above clouds. Let's go ahead and just kill our throttle for a second. Yeah, we've got no fuel to process anything, so yeah. Gonna be sinking like a stone. So yeah, this test is basically over. Let's see, how far did we make it? I mean, not a huge distance, but that is still, considering that it was all at night, we made it twice as far as the airfield, basically. Yeah, can we safely glide down? Probably not. But not bad. Yeah, if we could get a little bit more control, maybe a little bit more on the back. If we can get a little more control out of this for when we're free falling, so we can glide a little bit better, I think that would be great. Maybe actually some actual wings instead of just control surfaces. And also maybe if we don't have pitch. Yeah, no, we're falling like a stone. Still pretty high above the ground though. I think actually I might want to have our upper thrusters. We might be able to save this after all if we just brake in time. But yeah, so this is, I'm going to be calling the stream pretty much here whenever we land. And we'll be revisiting again tomorrow. With this craft, I think it's pretty much good to go. I think the engine's good. I know it works underwater. Obviously, it's stable in flight. All that really matters is the power consumption. So yeah. I think can we? No. Yeah. So all we need to do is figure out the power consumption, and then we'll be good to go. We're going to take a few streams to test fly and test drive a few various scenarios and locations to see that we can handle certain things. We might try to intentionally have certain situations where a part is broken, so we have to fix it, or to see if we can backtrack. I did want to do this river journey, but I really wanted to do that today, but I thought our craft would be finished by that point. Oh, I see the ocean. But yeah, so we'll be doing that soon, especially if we can get this good. Nice. Look at that. We can just go ahead and fold this up, you know, and then warp our way to sunrise. Obviously, probably should have turned off our lights before doing so. Oh, that's beautiful. Go ahead and take a screenshot there. And just let it rise a little bit. Yeah, see, we'd have to like sleep till morning and then let it rise a little bit, because you see here we don't have a lot of electricity. And so you gotta do what you can with what you got. So just kind of move like that, and then kill the engine. Yeah, and so you know. So maybe we'll throw a few more solar panels on here, because we can do stuff like that and charge our cells when we don't have fuel. But the great thing is that we do have our bay, which we will be able to get some ore from, get some liquid fuel, and keep going along. Oh, we broke our camera. Yeah, so we'll be able to keep ourselves going in the mission for as long as possible. So that, I think, is where we are going to be calling it today. Let's just get this sunrise a little bit. Yeah, so once again, probably streaming tomorrow, I would imagine. Not sure. I'm going to try to stream more often until we can get this project actually done. And then after that, I don't know. Get the project done. Then I'll probably start moving on to another different project, because I really do love this game. Very much so. But anyways, that is where I'm going to leave today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're looking forward for more Kerbal streams. If you did think about subscribing, drop me a like, let me know your thoughts, and I will see y'all in the next one. Take care.